Hey guys, it's going to become really obvious that I'm filming a few videos in a row because the cat hasn't moved. And if you watch any of the videos that I post, you're going to see the cat in the same place and me wearing the same clothes, so it's going to be really obvious. So I'm not going to pretend. I'm going to lift the curtain up and go, whoo, no secrets. I'm taking a tip from a fellow YouTuber friend that I do actually know in real life. But we rediscovered each other via YouTube like really recently, which has been such a fun experience to kind of go, hey, we have this thing in common, ha! So we talk about it a lot. Hi Beth. And what she told me was that sometimes she'll sit down and film 3 videos, like sit down videos back to back. And I was like, why have I never thought of doing that? That's such a good idea, because half the battle sometimes in filming a sit down video is getting yourself ready, not that I have clearly, but getting yourself ready, getting your tripod set up, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, that would be a really good thing to utilise whilst doing this challenge to get my video count up to 52 by my 1-year anniversary. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. I was in the other room before, and then I was in here, and yeah, there you go. And I was like, oh, I could change my clothes and then it might look like it's a different day, but then I was like, the cat's in the same place. It's gonna look the same, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that I'm telling you stories that matter to me, or I'm talking about subjects that I was going to talk about anyway. I'm not just making a video for the sake of it. I actually have things written down that I want to talk about. So, I'm going to shut up about that and say today's video is going to be about today's video is going to be 5 things I have achieved this year despite my anxiety. So it's going to be a bit of a pat on the back type. Oh, I stopped doing that thing where I thumbs up myself. Remember? That sounded weird. Yeah, in my exposure videos and stuff, I'd be like, thumbs up, good job, Jess. I stopped doing that. Weird. Yeah, so it's going to be like kind of, it's a very short list. I've only put 5 things down, like I said. And yeah, I think it's really important to share your positive experiences so that, you know, I'm not always just, I mean, I think I try and share a lot of positive stuff on this channel. That was my aim when I started it, you know. Obviously, there's going to be, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to hide stuff, but it's very easy for me to just focus on the negative parts of my condition. And yeah, it really helps me to talk about when something positive happens to me. I know I've made this kind of video before, so I might actually be repeating myself on a few of these things. Is this 5 things? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 5 things. Some of them are bigger than others, but I'm just going to, and they're totally out of order. So, not out of order as in wrong, out of order as in time. I'm going to edit this now. Okay, I say that in every single one of these. Okay, shut up, Jess. So, basically, these are things that in the past I would have been able to do before I started suffering with panic attacks, anxiety, agoraphobia, all the stuff. Before all that started, I would have been able to do all these things. I was still very shy. I still had social anxiety, but I didn't really like call it that. I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, basically this is things I've achieved over just over the past year that I couldn't do for the 4 years previous to that. So yeah, I mean there's like slight holes in that, what I just said, because obviously one of the things on here has to do with flying in a plane, and obviously I had to fly in a plane to get here, but that was during a random 3 months where things were better. So yeah, it's not a perfect list, but let's just start, shall we? I feel like I've talked myself in a circle there. Yeah, so number 1, which to me is almost, I mean, these are like the biggest things. So this is a massive thing to me. I haven't made my video on it yet because I'm actually having a really hard time trying to condense the footage that I took. But I went to a film festival just last weekend, and it was called Buffer Festival, and it was just about YouTube. And oh my god, I'm going to have to go off screen and get something because I can see it, and it's the leaflet from it. Oh, I hope you didn't see my butt again. When I filmed a video the other day, I did exactly the same thing, and then I watched it back and you totally did see my butt. And when I say my butt, I mean I've got clothes on, but, you know, I try and just keep it from here up, and that's all you see, and that's fine. But then you end up seeing part of me that I don't really want to put on camera. Anyway, yeah, Buffer Festival 2014, woo! I have a thing. I like to have props. Not very excited. Don't know why I'm going to show you this, but anyway, it's because I'm very excited about it. You're not going to be able to see that anyway. Why am I showing you this? Oh look, there's a map on the back of Toronto. How exciting for everyone watching that can't see that. Okay, so basically a load of YouTubers and industry people came to Toronto to do this film festival, and I've just realised this is not a video about Buffer Festival, so I'm not going to actually go into it. But yeah, it was a 3-day film festival with lots of YouTubers that I watch like on a weekly basis. It was incredible. I go all stupid and misty-eyed when I talk about Buffer Festival because it was, it was just so fun, and I can't believe I managed to have fun for 3 days in a row. It was a really big milestone. I mean, huge, and I don't understand how I did it. I just don't. When I bought the tickets, I was fully expecting to miss at least 50% of the things. The tickets were like $10 each. It was so reasonable, and I bought them like pre-sale, so they actually weren't 10. I think they were like $8 each. Oh my god, the whole thing only cost us, for 2 people I mean, cost us less than $100 for 3 days, and that was 6 screenings, so 12 tickets cost less than $100. I can't do maths in my head really quickly, so I'm not going to try. Worth every cent. Very hard for me not to say penny just then. Worth every penny. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway, there's going to be a separate video on that. How on earth has this been 7 minutes already? This is supposed to be a really quick video. What happened there? Anyway, I went to a 3-day film festival. I don't know how it happened. It was fucking awesome. And when I do post a video on it, you will learn more about what happened there, because I did so much more than I thought I was going to do. And I even met some people that were really awesome. And that's all I'm going to say for now. And yeah, I'm going to leave that for the Buffer Festival video, because it was very, very exciting and I need to get on with my list. Number 2, I flew on a plane. What else would you do on a plane? I went on a plane because, sadly, my nan passed away at the end of May, beginning of June. God, why can't I remember which one it is? That makes me feel like a horrific person. It's because it's so recent. Yeah, so we flew back for the funeral, and it was so difficult to decide to do that because of how I am, and I couldn't fathom flying on a plane back to the UK. It takes 7 hours. Somehow I did it with a lot of support from my other half, and I managed to do it without the help of extra medication, which I think was the most shocking part, because I had a plentiful supply from my doctor to help me through it if I needed it, you know what I mean? Like, as a kind of, you know, obviously I was grieving horribly, and yeah, anyway, I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, but I actually managed to get through it. So that was a really, really big excuse me, that was a really big milestone for me, getting on a plane twice. Obviously I had to come back again, and the whole time I was there, we were only there for 3 days, not including the days we flew. So yeah, really weird, but I did it because I just felt like I had to be there for my nan. So there you go, I flew on a plane this year. The next one is, I made a new face-to-face friend, as in they live here and I see them and I go to their house and they come to my house. I make a lot of online friends, so it's like I have to give it a name when I actually know someone in person that I see physically. I don't know why I'm finding this funny. Anyway, I met her, well, we exchanged phone numbers just over a year ago, and I have been here for over 2.5 years, and I hadn't actually been able to like make that connection with anyone. I'd been so socially anxious and awful, like, with everything, that I had never managed to get to that point of actually speaking to someone, and I guess I just hadn't found anyone that I clicked with. And then I found this amazing girl. I'm not going to name you if you ever watch this, but she is awesome, and she has been just the most enormous help to me. Oh, I'm getting all emotional. She really understands. That's all I'm going to say about it, but she really understands what's going on with me, and she's so supportive and awesome, and she deserves a freaking award just because she's amazing. And she's been so hospitable to us, you know, like having us over, you know, for holidays and things, and just, oh god, it's just so amazing to meet amazing people. Because when you haven't made new friends due to your mental health problems for a long time, and then you suddenly find someone who's like, I don't care that you have that, you know, we can still hang out, you're just like floored by it, because you're just like, I didn't know that people like you existed anymore, you know, because I'm away from all my friends back home. It's really hard to make friends as an adult. I think everyone can agree on that, unless you're, you know, at work. You know, I don't have a job, I don't go to school, you know, it's really hard to meet people, so I made a face-to-face friend, and I'm very proud of that fact. I managed to get someone to like me. I'm going to shut up now. Okay, the next one is, this is a weird one because it's going to sound like nothing to most people, but to me it's huge, and if you go back to my first couple of videos, that's where I talk about it quite a lot, and that is that I go for coffee every day, apart from recently when I was really sick and couldn't physically go. I got really annoyed about that, that I couldn't go for my coffee. It's such a big difference to how I was, it can't be a year ago. I think it is a year ago. And when I say I go for coffee, I mean I go in and I sit down with my coffee. I have been going to get coffee for longer, but getting it and then leaving and sitting outside, or just going home with it. Or going and maybe staying for a few minutes and talking to the staff, or sitting down for 2 minutes or something. It took me such a long time to work up to actually going in and sitting down with my coffee. And now I do that, I mean, every day, unless it's like a time thing where I've run out of time and I have an appointment to go to. So I will sit in there for over an hour, and it's like it's become part of my safe zone, you know, like there's certain places where you feel more safe than others. I don't feel safe anywhere, 100%, but it's almost like that. It's become like a second place other than my own home, you know, that I feel like I pretty much, like, because I go in so often, I get to know the staff on a kind of, like, I'll get to know their names and stuff, you know, even though they turn over a lot and they change and they, you know, new ones come in. So I guess I kind of trust if something was to happen to me there, that someone would know who I was and they could help me. I guess that's kind of where it comes from, the safe feeling. So that is an achievement for me, because I couldn't leave my house at one point, and now I can go out and sit in a coffee shop for an hour with other humans. And it's not that terrifying most of the time. Sometimes I can only manage 20 minutes. That happens. But yeah, I actually look forward to it sometimes, because I think, okay, this is going to be my hour where I go in and I'm going to sit down, and all I'm going to do is read a book or check my social media or whatever it is, and it's kind of like me time sort of thing. I don't know. It's weird anyway, but yeah, it's a big achievement for me to sit in a public place by myself. I'm not with anyone. I'm, you know, yeah. Even the old me, before I had panic attacks and things, wouldn't have gone to a coffee shop and sat down by myself. I wouldn't have done it. So, there you go. And the very last one is, I feel like I know. Okay, I've started that sentence off wrong. Let's start again. Jesus, these videos are getting longer and longer. I have 2 YouTube channels. I started this one first. The other one I didn't start until I think it was April this year. It was I think it was April. Anyway, both of them were absolutely terrifying. This one obviously was more terrifying because I had never had one before where I had posted anything. And I see that as a really big deal, a really big achievement for myself, because I still don't understand how I do it, or how any of us do it. How do we do this? How do we do this? We're filming ourselves and putting ourselves on the internet, anyone can see it, but oh my god, I'm so glad that I took that risk and did it, because I've met some amazing people that have given me support and just kindness, and just met people with the same conditions, and you know, you just build this community around you, and you're just like, this is amazing. And it's also very cathartic to talk about what's going on. You know, if you're having a terrible day and you want to talk about it, it's very cathartic to actually film it and talk about it. And it's not necessarily, you know, to get response from people, but it's like getting it out of yourself. You know, it's the same as like having a journal. It's almost like, this is my online journal, and yeah, it's been awesome. It really has. And yeah, I love YouTube. And I never thought I could have my own channel, and I still don't understand how I do. And I think most people, unless they're really into YouTube, don't understand. Like, a lot of the time they don't get it. They'll be like, how can you do that if you are really, really anxious and shy? How can you film yourself and put yourself on the internet? And I'm like, well, when I'm filming a video, I'm sitting on my own in a room with no one. So, there's no one here. There's a cat. That's awesome. That's all I can say. It's like, I don't ever feel like I'm actually talking to people when I'm filming. I feel like I'm talking to myself. I don't know. It's just, I never ever let myself think about people watching it whilst I'm filming, because I think then I might freak out and not do it. So, yeah, that's all I can say, is it actually kind of makes sense that someone in my position, like, you know, you move to a new place, you don't know anyone, you're totally unsociable, you have anxiety, you have depression, you're agoraphobic, you can't leave the house. Doesn't seem like a bad hobby, does it, really? You know, to start making videos because you might be interested in videos, and then you post some because you can't go out and talk to people, so you talk to people online instead, and then you start meeting people who have the same problems and stuff. So to me, it kind of makes sense that someone might make videos of this nature. Anyway, that's the end of that list. I've actually got a list of the opposite of this, which is, what did I title it? I wrote down 5 things anxiety stopped me doing this year. And I know it's like, that's worded a bit wrong, because it's like, I know it's like, it's me and it's my choice sort of thing, but that sounded wrong as well. I don't think it's a choice, like, you know, yeah, I'm not going to go into that because I'm confusing myself now. Yeah, sorry this turned to a bit of a long one. It was supposed to be like a 5-minute kind of, you know, boom, 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 these are 5 little things, and I went and explained them all instead. But anyway, it is what it is. Yeah. I am going to work on my sign-off. I'm not going to record anymore tonight because, yeah, I think I've done quite enough. I've recorded 3 videos in one night, and I think I'm going to stop because that's quite enough to work with, and I still have to actually upload these. The upload process still takes ages. Like, even though I don't have to edit or render, I still have to upload these, which, I mean, getting them on the computer is actually difficult enough because for some reason my computer hates my phone. I don't know why. They just don't like each other. I don't know what their beef is. I need to find out. I need to send them to therapy. Oh, that was terrible. I would edit that out in a hot minute. Yeah. For some reason it took like 6 attempts to get stuff off my phone onto my computer the other day, but these files are way too big to put into Dropbox. I mean, to upload to Dropbox off my phone, because I did a 3-minute video the other day and it still took half an hour to upload to Dropbox, and I'm like, I can't do a half-hour video and do that. I'd be there for forever. So yeah, and we all know the joy of YouTube and trying to upload and process and all that jazz. It just depends on how it feels that day. So I am going to say goodbye. I'm going to maybe practice what I'm going to say when I end these videos, or I'm just going to leave it as this random shit because this is who I am. So I will once again say thank you very much for watching, and I hope you come back and visit me again. Bye guys.